his name is...
It's John Bunday. It is barely Wednesday, 27th November, and RPG number 12 is finished. And that is Lost Odyssey on the 360. I say barely the 27th. It is 20 past midnight, so yeah, bit of a late one to see it through to the end. So this game has taken the longest for me to complete out of all of the RPGs. So I started playing this back in September, early September. Like I checked on like the achievements, like the Xbox achievements, and it was like 6th of November, I think. November? Yeah, 6th of September. Or 9th of September, something like that. So anyway. And like the most amount of hours I've put into the game is also the most out of all the RPGs that I've played up till now. Like I was... Time actually clocked, as in like, on the save file, it was like 70 something, but there are times where near the end where I lost several hours because of the game freezing. Anyway, so what do I think of the game overall? This is a masterpiece. I'm not saying it is the greatest RPG ever. I'm not saying that. I think it's probably the greatest RPG on the 360, says the guy who... The reason I could play this game is because the fact that Phoebe Chicken gave me a 360. I didn't know one before that, so I haven't played any other RPGs on this console, but I assume this is the best one that there is, so... I'll find out next year, because I plan to play Blue Dragon, another 360 exclusive from Mistwalker, but... This, though, feels like their magnum opus. I cannot see how they could possibly beat this. And so for those who don't know, Mistwalker is kind of like, Final Fantasy devs made their own studio. And it shows. To me, I mean, like, I've heard a couple people say that this is, like, the unofficial, like, Final Fantasy 13. But to me, this is Final Fantasy 11. Oh yes, I know, 11 and 12 came out in like PS2 era, 11 being the MMORPG, and 12 being like, the macro-based combat. Macro being like macros. You tell the characters what to do and they'll go and do it, rather than you having turn-based combat. So, when I started playing this, I was just struck by how similar it was to Final Fantasy X. Like, the combat with the interface, and like you see like the turn order and all that kind of stuff. It goes beyond that, but I feel like it used 10 as the groundwork to build this. So to me, this I'm holding the game off. So to me, this is 11. Well, the unofficial Final Fantasy 11. So what is the game about? You start off playing as an immortal named Kaim, and you truly are an immortal. Unless if you have all of your characters get down during a battle, there's game over, because apparently you're not an immortal at that point. Anyway, you have lived for 1,000 years, but your memories, they've gone. So, over the course of the game, you unlock your memories and figure out what the heck is going on. And you meet some other immortals along the way. And I'll leave it at that. But, when I talk about Final Fantasy, there's no crystals, but this is very political heavy. Like, this is... Yeah. So, because with like Final Fantasy games, they tend to either be like crystals. We got to go and find the crystals, or they tend to be political based, like an empire is trying to take over the world kind of style. It's definitely in the empire trying to take over the world kind of style storyline. That's not a bad thing. But yeah, so it's a traditional turn-based JRPG. Just to be clear on that point. But honestly, it is a game that I think, if you enjoy JRPGs, you must play this. And even though it's a 360 exclusive, I think it's part of the backwards compatibility program. So if you have a newer form of Xbox console, you can play this. If you don't have an Xbox, it's never been ported to anything else because it's exclusive. So if any Sony parties out there, I would say is borrow a friend's 360 or Xbox, whatever, and give this a try. Or if you're so inclined to know how, use an emulator, but it is definitely worth experiencing this game, and I'm glad this is my final RPG for the 12 RPG challenge. I mean, to be honest, if I was playing this earlier on the year, I probably would have lost heart with how long it was taking to beat. But as like, you know, the capstone to like the year, I couldn't have asked for a better game. So, and I'll leave you with that because I need to go to bed.